my channel. I am going to do a Cali Mom reading real quick. I'm talking about real quick. Okay, thank you so much, Divine Mother. But I'm going to do a Cali reading. And let's just get a message from my Kali. Alright. So here we go. Get my Cali incense. This is going to be a very important message. Okay, I have water up here, so that's great. Alright, let's get the message from my Kali. Alright, thank you so much, Divine Mother. Alright, so take this message as it resonates and leave what does not. I want to get my surrender cards out. So 2026 is going to be a very, very, very trying year, because a lot of false illusions are going to be shattered, okay, in year one. My Kali energy is 1, okay? It's 1, it's also 0 as well, too. And so, thank you so much, Divine Mother. Okay, so abundant. And so, let me go ahead and share this. All right. Okay. So, this is definitely a message from my Kali. All right, and what she has to share with us. Very interesting. Let's see. Okay, hello. Y'all come in. All right, thank you so much, Divine Mother, Jama Kali, Jama Durga, Balta Shri Saime, peace be with all. Thank you so much, Mother Mirror. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good update. All right, let's go ahead and start. All right, so the water in my house is moving, y'all. I didn't even just get any water out of the water machine, and it's just making noise. So the energy is alive at 5. All right, thank you so much, Ma. All right, so let's see. I am going to pull a Kali card. All right, my Kali card. Thank you so much, Mother. Thank you so much. What is the message that you have to share with the collective? Thank you so much. Hey, so you definitely look like you've been in my Christmas tree. All right, thank you so much, Ma. What avatar, Ma, is it that you want to share with the collective about the energy right now, about what they need to be holding, releasing, surrendering, bringing in? What is the energy, Ma? Balamuki. The power of the tongue, okay? And my Durga at the bottom of the deck, okay? Durga Kalikaye. So Durga Kalikaye actually came out in the last reading that I did where I pulled the Kali card. All right, but we have Balamuki, all right, who has the ability to stop negativity. All right, so who will stop negativity, whether it's coming from yourself or it's coming from a foe. Um, Dalamuki is actually one of the Mahavis. Okay, she is one of the Mahavis, and she comes in the form of the eighth goddess. So this is definitely about um releasing. All right. So it says burning golden light of divine protection. She arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of our own making. She is the divine intervention in the sacred activity. She transforms our karma from that which hinders our joy to that which creates true happiness and bliss for ourselves and all beings. As you seek refuge in her, you are protected from gossip, slander, and any form of negativity from others. A positive turning of tide is the fortune. Its fortune is predicted. Okay, the eighth of the Mahavi wisdom goddesses is Balamuki. She is the beautiful avatar of Kali, known for her golden light. She is also called the Devi, the goddess dressed in yellow. Her blessing is bestowed of Siddhis and the yogic power, in particularly her power of to her power to paralyze or immobilize. She is known for pulling the tongues out of demons, which is gruesome at odds with her beautiful appearance, but along with a deep spiritual significance. The tongue, the tongue is the symbol of speech. Speech is sound expressed in intention. Sound is creative power. Intention gives its direction. To pull out the tongues of a demon is to end the capacity to create trouble. It is in the sense of aborting or steaming the flow of negativity. Balamuki halts negativity in its tracks, preventing it from doing any harm. I love Balamuki. Okay, any harm, nullifying its power to cause havoc. It is an act of protection. If you or others have said words you regret, you've heard some nasty gossip or jealousy or hateful stem from another one's lips, akin to a curse, trust that your spiritual refuge in Balamuki will nullify its effect. Ripping out the tongue acknowledges the power of negativity and need to have zero tolerance for it. There is no pretending that negativity does not exist. It means recognizing its source within us and cutting them off at the root, therefore removing the capacity to influence us. Some may argue that this is spiritual bypassing, a term used for spiritual approaches that avoid life challenges rather than to face them and mature. That term may be misapplied to mean that we need to engage with toxic energies. That term means that we need to engage with toxic energies for the spiritual growth. This is a little like saying you need to keep beating your head against a brick wall to learn how to deal with pain. There comes a point when you realize you no longer need to continue. Understanding the nature of this behavior and the pain it has caused is enough. This is not weakness but wisdom. Balamuki presence in a reading indicates that you are learning how to self-protect, to have self-worth, to realize you do not need to accept negativity, undermining, and toxic energies in your life. Your happiness and your spiritual growth will increase as you clear them out. To do this, you may need to cut something off entirely. Okay? Sometimes that is the only effective way. It takes spiritual strength to give yourself unconditional support so that you can thrive, especially, for example, if childhood conditions was laden with the duty to sacrifice your well-being to another's emotional suffering. Arresting negativity is not only not dealing with the projection from others, it is often more challenging and intricate work to conquer the way we are cruel to ourselves. So Balamuki helps us articulately identify and therefore deal effectively with external and internal sources of sabotage and negativity. Harshness towards ourselves and others are very different from healthy and humorous recognition of our weakness, which helps us to become less reactive and creates more happiness. Balamuki is about tackling unhelpful toxic shame, that which leaves us feeling unworthy, that something is initially wrong with us and that we do not deserve love or respect. It does not keep us humble. It keeps us spiritually incapacitated. We need healthy sense of self-worth to become committed to growth and learning. We need to believe that we are worthy of our unique destiny. When Balamuki arises in a reading, a blessing of some sort needs to manifest. It may be the type of relationship that you never had before, or a new level of professional recognition or respect, or realization that your infinite beauty and your value. This gift is essential to your continued spiritual progress, which benefits you and all beings. To be able to receive it, some form of toxic negativity needs to be conquered, and it shall be. Do not be afraid to affirm your right to thrive. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Mother Anatomy, Lori. Okay, do not be afraid to affirm your right to thrive. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a really good ritual real quick before I get into it's actually an invocation, and it's a really easy ritual to do with Balamuki, right? So if you've been experiencing negativity, or you've been saying negative stuff about yourself or about other people, or either you're using I can't, I'm slow, I don't have this, I don't have that, or whatever, this is a really good ritual, right? You go to the middle of your house. Even if you have an apartment, you go to the middle of your house. If there's negativity that's being said about you, I'm going to do this as well too. All right? So I've done this before and it worked, but I have not done it recently, and it just came back to me with Balamuki coming out and the energy that's going right now. So I'm going to give it to you guys, right? So you go to the middle of your house, right? And you sit with a tea light candle, and you either have Balamuki like as a, like I'm going to use her card, right? This is her picture. This is the representation of her. You can use her mantra. You could pull her picture up on Google. You just don't want any distractions, so you just kind of want to make sure your phone is on silent. You go to the middle of your house, and this is if you adhere to Mankali, right? And you need to cut off something negative. This is the 8th Mahavi. So she is very helpful with getting you to your to where you need to be. Okay, she's the 8th Mahavi. So anyway, so go to the middle of your house. You take a tea light candle. You have her image and a glass of water, right? Always have a glass of water when you're dealing with heavy energy. Not dark energy, because this is not dark energy, but this is like cleansing energy, heavy energy. Some of us are very sensitive to energy, so always have a glass of water. And you sit in the middle of your house with the candle lit, with her picture, and you talk to her and you tell her, what is going on, what's happening, right? And this is her mantra. Her name is Baglamuki. Okay, bag like BAG, but it's really BUG. But the way we pronounce it and look at it, it's like a bag. Bagamuki. Okay, and he Balamuki Swaha. That's it. Swaha is fire. So the fire that you're invoking, like everything is backwards, but the fire that you're invoking is that candle that's right there. So you're actually sending a fire. You're communicating with her through that fire, that particular candle, that tea light candle. You don't have to have a big candle, okay? And even after you say, he Baglamuki Swaha, he Baglamuki Swaha, and it's he HREEM, but it's pronounced like HEEM, right? He Baglamuki Swaha. Okay. And Swaha is literally I don't know, Swa, SWA, Ha, HA. That's not how you pronounce. I mean, that's not how you spell it. But when you writing it down or you wanting to, repeat after me or whatever the case is, it's He, Balamuki, Swaha. You always sing that Swaha at the end. He, Balamuki, Swaha. He, Balamuki, Swaha. And say it as many times as you feel like it, right? As you can. If you can do 108 mantras, if you have mantra beads and you can do 108 count, that will be awesome. But if you only can do 8, that's fine. 8 is her number. There's 8 right now. If there are 5 and 3, that's 8. Okay. So if you can only do 8 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He Balamuki Swaha. He Balamuki Swaha. He Balamuki Swaha. He Balamuki Swaha. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me. Okay, I got a phone call, but I'll call her back. But he Balamuki Swaha. He Balamuki Swaha. He Balamuki Swaha. Just do 8. We usually don't do 8. We do 9s, but 8 is Balamuki's number. And so just doing it 8 times, or you could do it 108 times, or however many times, if you don't have mantras, just to kind of get that, so she can arrest that negative energy, whether it's coming from you or it's coming from somebody else. We may not know exactly where it's coming from, but there's some form of negativity that my Balamuki, my Kali wants to cut out. So that actually serves. And it's so crazy because she is the 8th goddess. She is the 8th Mahavi, the goddess before Matanji. And Matanji is the goddess of the voice, okay? The goddess of the voice. So there's something that needs to be cleared out, maybe in the throat chakra, maybe in the energy, before we can truly call in what the blessing is, and receive the blessing. All right. So it says she arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of your own making. She is the divine intervention in the sacred activity. She transforms our karma for that hinders our joy to which creates true happiness. Okay. So definitely feel as if somebody is wanting to create a true happiness and just kind of stuck at that part. All right. And then there's a reason why I came on here and did a Ma Kali reading. I was feeling her in the energy. I was about to go in my kitchen. I was about to cook. And she was like, I have a message. I said, okay. And the card on the bottom says, learn from karma. Thank you so much, Divine. You and this man just said water at the same time. Heavy on making sure you have your water, everyone. Heavy on that. Heavy on that. Thank you so much. Divine, thank you so much. Come on. All right. What is the mystical healing that you would like us to receive? It's a no. So something is a no for Ma Kali. Something is definitely a no for the Divine Mother. And then it says break your addiction. Okay. So breaking your addiction so that you can be reborn. And then develop strong concentration in the number 8. So 8, 16, and 5. Okay. So Leo, Scorpio, Libra, Aries, Virgo. All right. So those are the signs that could be relevant. You can have those in your second house or either in your second house. My throat just did what my throat does, but definitely could have them in your second house. So number 16, it's a no. It's time to stop pushing and forcing things to happen. All right. We'll get into that. Whatever you are trying to create right now, the timing is off. If you are constantly hitting roadblocks, it's because you are either focusing on the wrong thing or the wrong person you're trying to create a business, a relationship with is either not ready or unstable for you at this point. Wow. You need to relax and stop trying to push and force things to happen. This is such a blunt ass card. You need to stop trying to push and force things to happen. All right, thank you so much, Divine Mother. I guess she like stop trying to speak things into existence, because the more you speak stuff into existence and it's not happening for you, maybe it's more negativity that's coming out of your mouth, or maybe it's more negative shit that's coming out of somebody else's mouth, which is forcing them to send the evil eye to what it is that you're trying to create, because you're trying to create something with somebody that is not a go. The answer is not yes. If you continue to push, the results will be harmful. Give yourself time to focus on a new direction. This card also asks you to practice tuning in, saying no to opportunities and requests from others, which compromise your integrity. This card means letting go of relationships where you were feeling drained. You are also where you are feeling drained. You are also being asked to say no to unhealthy food, drink, and substance, as well as any activity that wastes your time and zap your energy. You can say no with a kind heart, knowing that confirmation, knowing that you are looking after yourself. Okay. So the action for this card, okay. Okay, guys, sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. My mama, if I don't answer, my mama gonna keep calling, okay? My mama gonna keep calling. I had to answer the phone. I didn't send her something in the mail. She wanted to tell me. She's like, oh my God, I love it. But, so yeah. So, um, Balamuki really just like shut that down. She's never going to remove anything out of your life that is meant to stay when you go to her. But she will help you with that is not meant to stay. Anytime that I start, and this is just the honest to God truth, anytime that I start smoking weed and I'm ready to stop, but like I be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop tomorrow. I'm gonna stop this and that. I start doing her mantras. Okay, I start doing her mantras because people always say weed is not addictive, but for somebody that is water, listen, I'm a Pisces moon. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm a Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio. Yes, it is. It's very much so. Okay, very much so. Libra, Libra 12th house. Yes, it is. Very much so, and it runs in the family. Okay, so 8, develop strong concentrations. So mine's message to us, my Kali's message is to develop. Hey, hey, Amazing Grace. Mine's message to us is to develop stronger concentrations, become more detailed and effective in all that you do. So again, with Balamuki, she wants you to be more detailed and effective with something that's going on with your tongue. Okay, she wants to halt out the negativity and for you to become more detailed and effective in all that you do. Okay, acute concentration enables you to think in a cohesive, harmonizing way. By learning to deepen your concentration, you will be able to develop into a more profound understanding of life, make better decisions, and effectively work with life-changing healing and spiritual process. As long as your attention is despaired on the outside world, you are not you are not refining your inner self. Correct concentration removes nervousness, fear, and helps you to focus your attention on what enriches and lives your life. Improving your ability to concentrate also awakens your imaginations and your ability to visualize, and it is a powerful step to developing your intuition. The more you concentrate, the more you start to identify the small details that make area concentration also allows you to become extraordinary in any field of study to and to dramatically improve your memory. So it says the action. This is grounding. This is going outside for my babies that's scared to go outside. The action. Go for a 15-minute walk. Be present and observe everything you see. Focus on even the smallest details. Even try to recall what you saw as much with as much description as possible. You can also do concentration exercises through your workday. Become aware of people you work with. Really look at what they are wearing and what they are saying and how they talk and how they walk and etc. Then close your eyes and recall what you noticed. In particularly, remember people's names and what they shared with you. Okay? So let me tell you guys something about being intentional, right? So there is, I guess it rained here, and there was a ant pile, that like a ant hill that had formed in the grass, which is so crazy because I didn't think that they formed in the grass, and it was like a circle, right? And so when I had went outside to ground, I seen the ant hill, right? I seen the ant hill, just noticing the things outside. Then later the next day, when I'm getting ready to get the kids in the car, and we getting ready to go, I tell them, watch the ant hill on your way out the door. Don't step on the ants, because even ants have souls. They're a part of our ancestors, right? They're a part of our ancestors. And when the ants come and eat our offerings in the grass, and that was the intentional part. A couple days before that, I had set some offering out into the grass. And so Divine had kind of redirected my eyes to the ants. Like, yeah, they created an ant hill in the grass where you made an offering at. Well, it may have not been right particularly there, but I don't know. I just threw the offering out there, y'all. Y'all should have seen me. It was cold. It was cold. I ain't go out there and do the whole thing. I put the offering out there. So this is something that Divine wants you to. Not Divine. Let me take this. This is a Kali Mind message, but this message is coming in the form of Balamuki, the 8th Mahavi. So where something has to be destroyed. I used to step on anthills. I'm so glad that we grew up from that. I would never step on an anthill because I used to think my brothers are horrible. Okay, I used to think that they would eat my toes. Like, have you ever been bit on your foot by an ant? It's the most nerve wracking thing. It's the most nerve wracking thing. And when I was younger, I don't know. It's something. I'm like, they would put any bug on us. They would put any bug on us. They was nasty. I'm talking about my brothers. Really, it was the Capricorn brother. Okay, it was the Capricorn brother. Okay, so it says temper your criticism is in reverse. Okay, and then it says release fear. So I feel as if there may be an energy that is in the that's in the air where you want to temper your criticism. You kind of want to watch how you're criticizing people or correcting people, whatever the case is. I'm taking this. Thank you, Divine. But it's not necessarily what Divine wants you to do. It's in the spirit realm and it's in reverse and it has a master number 33. So somebody could be a master number 33, life path number master number 33, or either life path number 7. Okay, but it says release fear. So I know for myself, sometimes I'll be very let me walk very lightly when it comes to criticism or correcting or whatever the case is, because I don't want to scare the other person away, or I don't want to scare them. But what spirit is sharing is that what I particularly have to surrender is taking on other people's fear. Okay? So I'm going to get a few surrender cards. Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you so much, Mom. What do you want us to surrender? Yes. Yes to the red candle. Thank you so much, Mom. What is it that you want us to surrender? What is it that you want us to surrender? What is the message of what you want us to surrender? Okay, surrender receiving support. Surrender to receiving support and love. And it says, allow the love and support of others rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay, so feeling as if you have to do everything yourself, you have to heal yourself. You got to heal yourself. You got to heal everybody else. Like, surrender to other people supporting you and giving you advice and love, because they just here to help, you know, to help build it. And then also with it's a no, right? With it's a no, that could also be divine telling you like you're gonna really experience a burnout if you try to do everything yourself. Okay, and then it says surrender to play. I love this card. Okay, surrender to play. I love this card. Why? Because it tells a bitch to take a break. Okay, surrender to play. It says take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time to recreate and rejuvenate. Okay, so don't feel while you're doing all that root chakra work, you know, well, not all of that root chakra work, but while you are doing root chakra work, don't forget to add a little play in there, okay? Sit your ass down and do a little dance like this, okay? We're going to kill two birds at one stone, okay? All right, thank you so much, Divine. In developing strong concentration, what is it that we need to surrender? Surrender to procrastination and surrender to the idea that you can fix somebody. Okay, so it is time to take a jump on the goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Okay, so actually being able to play like this last card said, it says excellent concentration also allows you to become extraordinary in any field of study to dramatically improve your memory. You know, something that I think is very playful, but other people may not think about this, but I also think that it improves your memory and it improves your concentration besides reading, right? Besides reading. Okay, everybody don't think that that's playful, okay? They think that that's homework. But besides reading, I think that putting puzzles together, like not just like regular puzzles that just have like 1,000 pieces, right? I even put small puzzles together. When I start getting frustrated about a goal that I have, I will pull out a puzzle. I will start putting a puzzle together. Another thing that I do, right? Another thing that I do is whenever I start getting frustrated about something that I'm doing, right? Like building something or creating my menu, or you know, I'm really concentrating. I'm critiquing my rituals because the way that I do it for myself is different than the way that I teach y'all, but I still want to give y'all that hit, right? And when I start like over concentrating on like if it sound right, if I'm skipping something, if I'm, you know, as a teacher, what I do is I stop immediately what I'm doing and I go and I watch the Chinese shows. Okay, I go and watch Chinese shows. I just pull up any episode and I watch the whole episode of it. The whole episode of it. I don't speak Chinese. I don't do none of that. But I just be like, just show me something. That's not learning. That's not astrology. Like, this is playful for me. This is playful energy. And I make sure I laugh. This morning, I actually did not watch an astrology. I mean, not astrology, but I actually did not watch a Chinese show. What I did was I watched Home Again with Reese Witherspoon's. Okay, that's free on YouTube. So I went ahead and just watched that. It was super cute. My husband was like, really? Reese Witherspoon? I'm like, the fact that you know her is the bomb to me. I love you, man. I love you. I love you. You know who she is. We locked in 2020 twin. Okay? Surrender the idea that you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. That doesn't it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So this also ties to my spiritual teachers and my people that is on a spiritual journey, and you're also with someone else that's on a spiritual journey. At some point in a relationship, there is accountability for what they have to do. So it's like you have to release control. That one, surrender the idea that you can fix somebody. You have to release control. Okay? I'll take that. All right. Thank you so much, Divine Mother. Dalamuki, what is the final surrender energy that you would like to share with us? Thank you so much. Jama Kali, what is the final surrender card you would like to share with us? Thank you so much. Jama Kali. Surrender to setting limits. All right. Do not think that this is the highest. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationship. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So then we go back to the very first card. So when I asked her, what is the mystic healing? It's no. Saying no. Okay. When spirit when spirit gives you something, gives you an answer no, remember that. There's a big boundary being crossed right here that my colleague is going to really, like, if you keep pushing on helping somebody, whether it's a brother, sister, cousin, friend, family member, client, and you keep giving more than divine told you, it comes back to that very first card, okay? Not me coming back just to hear that. Listen, it comes back to this very first card. She said no to begin with. Divine said that if you keep trying to push something, it's going to pop off in a harmful way, okay? At this point where we are, and I'm gonna close the meeting. Look, close the meeting up with that, okay? I guess this is a meeting with the Divine Mother, my Durga at the bottom of the deck, okay? If you keep trying to help somebody with their karma, you eventually you're just gonna be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm a cord cut for you. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna do your honey jar for you. I'm gonna call in divine. I'm gonna give you some money. Instead of you going to work, I'm gonna give you some money. You ain't gotta go to work. Don't worry about it. You ain't gotta do the work. I'm gonna do the work for you. There's a limit in spiritual help. There's a limit, okay? Divine says you have your own blessings and that person has their own blessings. Especially those that are out here helping other people heal. So that's it on the message. I love you guys. I hope that y'all are open to receive that message. If you not, Divine is going to call you in and have you receive it. Death at the bottom of the deck. All right, so I guess I'm not even about to play with them cards. Let me get you guys a Gita card. Okay, from the Bible Gita. Let me get you a message from the Gita. And let's just see what this final message is. All right, what is the guidance? Thank you so much, Divine. Okay, Ma, can you give us some guidance? Can you give us a guidance from the Gita? I love it. Maintain balance. Maintaining balance. Okay. And this is chapter 6, verse 16. One can have no success in yoga if one eats too much or eats too little. Nor can one be successful if one sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. Wow. Maintaining balance. Okay. These are called the Gita. I got them off of Amazon. So let me read that again. One can have no success in yoga, which is the highest spiritual practice. Not the highest, but it is the spiritual practice. So basically this card is saying you cannot have a spiritual you can't have a spiritual practice or a spiritual mind if one eats too much or eats too little. Nor can one be successful if one sleeps too much or does not sleep at all. All right. So where Divine is definitely bringing up something about maintaining a balance in something. Okay. So I guess that comes with that addiction as well too. Someone can be addicted to sleeping or addicted to eating. So chapter 6 verses 16. Let me see what Arjuna and Krishna is saying there. Yoga is a harmony, not for him who eats too much or him who eats too little, not for him who sleeps too little or for him who sleeps too much. A harmony in eating and resting, in sleeping and keeping awake, a perfection in whatever one does. This is the yoga that gives peace from all pain. When the mind of the yogi is in harmony and finds rest in the spirit within, all restless desires will go. Then he is one in God. I love that. This is his this then his soul is a lamp whose light is steady, and for it burns in shelter where no wind can come. When the mind is resting in stillness of the prayer of the yogi and by the grace of the spirit, sees the spirit and therefore finds fulfillment. Wow. And then the seeker knows of joy of eternity and the vision seen by reason far beyond what senses can see. He abides there within and not from the truth, and moves not from the truth. He is found by joy and truth, and the vision for him is supreme. He is then steady, and the greatest pain moves him not. I love that. Okay, so definitely surrender to setting limits. You know, you definitely can practice healthy boundaries in your relationship and practice exercising the word no. Okay, so there we go. Balamuki wants you to do maybe some throat exercises of saying no. Okay, wow, just learned that moms sleep a certain way to always be in communication with the divine yesterday. That is absolutely true. That's anybody. It's not just moms. It's actually anybody. So when my kids are getting ready to like right now they're doing finals at school, they're sleeping the opposite way from their, I make sure that their head isn't at their door. Feng shui or something like that. It goes along with the feng shui. It's spiritual. You know, like the mirror is supposed to be placed certain ways, the way you sleep. Monks. Oh, she said moms. Monks. Yes, even monks. We're monks. Okay, y'all, I gotta go get Sire. I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful night on purpose, okay? And I will catch you guys in the Astros. Thank you, Jama Kali, Jama Durga, Balta Shri Sai. May peace be with all of us. Thank you so much, Mother Mirror. Thank you so much, Balamuki. And don't forget to rewind and listen to that ritual that I gave you guys for my Balamuki when you want to release negativity. Either it's being sent towards you or either from yourself within. Monk's legs, okay? She said moms, though. She said moms. I thought I meant not just moms. She said moms. Y'all know I be reading fast, okay? Monks. Shoot, monks. Monks sleep a certain way. Vampires do too, okay? Look, we're gonna have to talk about sleeping. We're gonna talk about sleeping. We'll catch up on sleeping when we talk about astro traveling. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.